how mental health negatively affects physical fitness. Things progressively got worse for me until November 2020, almost a year ago. I would work up a sweat walking between my kitchen and my living room. Excuse me, I'm just out of breath. So what got me to this point? It was maybe all of 2018. I couldn't keep a vehicle between the lines. That means I would roll vehicles. I rolled over 4 vehicles in 2018. Summer 2018, I could no longer read books. And December 2018, I could no longer walk 2 blocks. I could no longer walk up hills. By February 2019, I could no longer walk 1 block. And by August 2020, I could no longer walk half a block. And by November 2020, I would work up a sweat walking between the kitchen and the living room. By December 2020, I started watching videos by Evan Carmichael, a thought speaker. And one thing that encouraged me to get physically active again is Evan spoke of leaving his chips in front of him all week and giving in on the weekends. On Saturdays, he would open up his chips as a prize for doing good, for not for facing his challenges, for avoiding the temptation. And my temptation was to limit how much I walked, but I faced those challenges. Physically, I knew I needed a taxi to get 1 block distance. I couldn't physically, emotionally couldn't walk 1 block. But because I faced my challenges, because I pushed and strived to better myself, and consistently watching Evan's videos, he always talks about his chips and how he faces his challenge to not just eat every bag of chips he faces, but to treat himself at the end of the week. So I did just that. I would push myself to walk further and further, usually, almost always, finishing with a prize at the end of every walk. Tonight, in a few minutes, and I walked up the hill. That was the challenging part, and I walked about almost 2 blocks uphill, and now I've walked 3 blocks, about 3 blocks on top of the hill. Now, I've yet to walk about 2 blocks in the other direction downhill, and then I'll treat myself to some pizza. Not exactly helpful to my weight loss, but that'll come in the months to come. Until then, since November, I've pushed myself to walk further and further until progressively longer, progressively harder, and about 2 or so weeks ago I did walk 8.7 kilometers, and last week I walked 13 kilometers. Tonight's walk is short, a small hill, but it's the long-term goal that counts. I don't have to walk extreme distances every time. I don't have to push every time. I just have to be consistent and face my challenges every week to walk at least some distance, so that my long-term goal, I can get back to running and hiking great big mountains, long distances. Until then, things to come. Like, comment, subscribe, share. Have a good night.